discussion on bison and cattle grazing, a contentious conversation, but one that found that the two can graze together for the betterment of an ecosystem. In this morning's Montana Ag Network report, I had the chance to meet with the experts on the future of the two species. The bison and cattle debate is one of contention in Montana.
It's easy for us to divide and to fight amongst us, but at the end of the day, we're all working towards a common goal, and that's improving the landscape and raising and providing healthy, nutritious protein for the consumer.
In the last 2 centuries, westward expansion eliminated bison from the North American landscape, creating conflict between tribal nations and the acquisition of land in the early 2000s to reestablish a herd under the American Prairie Reserve.
And to be able to sit down and talk about those commonalities and recognize that large herbivores grazing our grasslands here in the state are important, whether that's bison or cattle.
Those commonalities have been scrutinized in the years that American Prairie has been in the state of Montana for its handling of those land acquisitions. Corey Williamson, Senior Outreach Manager for American Prairie.
American Prairie has made some missteps over the year in the ways we've talked about agriculture, and I think we're working to rebuild trust and relationships in communities, and there's never been an intention that American Prairie would replace agriculture.
Aaron Paulson is the former ranch manager for Turner Ranch running bison, and bison producers are passionate about soil health, foliage growth, and conservation. But the term conservation holds a black cloud over its head, and its meaning is often misunderstood.
It's important for people to remember, myself included, that we have to be businesses. We have to be sustainable. We have to pay the bills, and this has to be profitable. And taking any one species off of our list just because we don't agree with it, look at different options that maybe could increase the viability and the longevity of the property that we're living on.
Scott Heidebrink is the Director of Bison Restoration for American Prairie. The operation's goal is to see a full-functioning ecosystem that living residents of the land haven't seen since the bison's elimination over a century ago.
All the tiny interactions that when you take bison off the landscape, they go with the animal. So when you bring a bison back, you're also bringing back thousands of pounds of fur every year that is shed on the landscape that birds and mice and voles can use for nesting.
Brad Hamlet, a Montana cattleman and former state legislator. His perspective is a process that is bigger than we could imagine.
North America is one of the largest eco-grazing systems in the world. And unless you have grazing animals on that ecosystem, you're going to have consequences that you don't like. There's a rhythm to it, and the rhythm can get disrupted when you have special interest groups that say, well, we don't want any cattle on the landscape anymore, we want to get rid of beef. It's the exactly wrong thing to do.
Still, American Prairie and other bison producers alike will continue to spread the message that the two can coexist.
People need to peel back the layers of that onion and dig deeper and really understand what's going on and try to make that effort to connect with the land, or connect with the producer, or connect with whatever it is that they're interested in or concerned in. The better that they're connected to it and the better they understand it, they can formulate an opinion.